Hey Jelly Beans, welcome back to our Wildlife Wednesday this week. Today I am going to be talking about beginner birder tips. Okay, if you are unaware and or don't follow me and everyone else on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any of the above, my friends and I are hosting a hashtag Black Birders Week. And the goal of the week is basically just to bring visibility and awareness and acceptance to Black people who enjoy birding, but also just Black people in nature. So we have a lot of herpetologists, people who enjoy nature photography, just anything you can think of with Black people outside. So feel free to support the initiative. I will put all of the hashtags and everything. It's an entire week, so you're watching this on Wednesday. Today is our break day, so I'm posting this video for you guys. Myself, I would consider myself a beginner / intermediate birder. I've been doing it for about a year and a half now. I've participated in bird banding, if you've seen some of my other Wildlife Wednesday videos. So I'm definitely like just getting into it, and I have some things that I wish somebody would have told me as far as getting into birding and learning birds in my area. So one of the biggest things about starting out birding or thinking that you want to go out and look for birds on your own is knowing what to look for. So one of the things that I like to do before I go out, like I said, I'm a novice, so I don't really know all of the bird calls that I hear outside. So what I like to do is use apps, okay? So in this day and age, apps are really great to learn birds, new ones, refresh your knowledge on some ones you already might know, but also if you're more of a traditional person, field guides are also great. But see, here are some of the apps that I use and would recommend to new birders. So the first one is the Merlin's Cornell app. The Cornell Lab has a great database of bird learning tools. They even have a website with games on it. This is not sponsored or anything, just some stuff that I use personally. So with the Merlin Cornell app, it gives you birds in your area that you can download to your phone, and then it'll tell you what times of year it's usually in your area. You can see pictures of males and females. So this is a great way to brush up on some calls before you go out. So I would recommend listening to maybe 2 or 3 that you are very familiar with in your area. So for me personally, I would listen to like a northern cardinal, an eastern towhee, and a song sparrow call, and kind of listen to those maybe 3 or 4 times and then go outside. So that way you can identify the bird with the call with what it looks like, and it'll help you learn a lot faster. Another app that I like to use is the Audubon app. Looks like this. So the Audubon app is really great if you see a bird and you don't necessarily know what it is, because you can hit the identify a bird and it'll walk you through picking the size, color, bird type, so you can kind of narrow it down by your state and time of year. So those are 2 great apps that I would recommend. And as far as keeping track of what you see, last but not least is eBird. eBird is the app that I don't want to say all birders use, but a lot of us use eBird. So 3 apps to download are the Cornell Lab Merlin app, the Audubon Society app, and eBird. And those should get you started as you're getting out there. Alright, so you figured out what birds you want to see, you're ready to go out there, and now you're like, what do I use to see them? Binoculars. Okay, so I would not say that you need binoculars to go birding. Do not feel like you can't do it because you don't have a pair. Birds, the great thing about birds is they're generally accessible, especially your backyard birds. Definitely don't feel like you have to have binoculars or you feel like you can't go out because you don't have any. But if you are at the point where you're interested in getting some, there are definitely some great lists and pairs of binoculars that cost under $100. and that are still great quality. So the pair that I have are the Ape Man BC100 binoculars. They are 10 by 50, and that just gives you like the millimeter how big they are, and the magnification. So these are $50. They even come with a phone mount, so if you ever want to take pictures, you can just mount your phone onto it, and it's really easy. I'll put the link below, and I'll put a link to a list of like the top 10 binoculars for beginners in the description box below, so definitely check that out. So grab your binoculars if you're going in the woods, get your bug spray, have your phone ready for your list and your quick ID help, and it's time to head out. If you're out and you see a bird that you might not know, try to take a picture of it. There is an amazing network and community of birders on the internet that would love, I promise you, I think they sit around all day and just wait for people to post bird pictures. But there's a Facebook group called What's This Bird? And there's like 10,000 something people in this group. You can literally post a picture of your bird, and probably within 5 minutes someone will tell you what they think that bird is. So databases like that are very helpful. Twitter exists, and there's a great bird community on Twitter as well. Again, post your picture, use a hashtag, or use hashtag bird Twitter or something, and usually someone will definitely be there to help you out. So, quarantine conscious birding tips. So like I said, if you're not comfortable going outside of your house, going to parks or public areas, that's completely fine. We can do this from our porches. That is why we love birds. So I have recently purchased a bird feeder that now hangs on my deck. If you follow me on Instagram, you watch my story, they fascinate me all day. I now have grass growing in my bird feeder. I don't know what's going on there. Basically the birds have moved in and they're starting to landscape. So that's what I've decided. But yeah, get a bird feeder. Bird feeders are great ways to engage children and even elderly who may not be able to leave their house. Another great tip is YouTube. Even Netflix has a lot of some good bird documentaries up right now, but YouTube is a great way to just see what cool birds are out there. If you're more interested in learning about birds around the world, that's great. Go watch some Costa Rica videos, some Brazil videos, some in South Africa, Kenya, the Congo. There are some great birds in this world, and that's one of the things that I love about them. The variety is endless. Alright, beginner birders, well, y'all are ready to get out there. Don't forget to brush up on some backyard birds before you go out. Listen to some calls on the apps I recommended. Make sure you know that you don't need binoculars right now. Just get out there and see some birds. If you can, take some pictures. But if you would like to get binoculars, there's a list below of the top 10 for under $100 for beginner birders. Join the communities on Twitter and Facebook, and even Instagram. We would love to have you, and we can definitely help you pick out or figure out some of the birds that you take pictures of and that you might not know. Also, take recordings of calls. If you don't know a call, try and get your phone out and do it like an audio capture, and we can work on that too. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel for your further Wildlife Wednesdays. Follow me on all social medias at BeanieJean_, which is the same as my YouTube name. And don't forget to support Blackbird, hashtag Blackbirders Week. It's been a lot of fun so far, and we can't wait, and all we do is welcome others. So go do all that and then come back for next week's Wildlife Wednesday. Deuces.